Hello, Stephanie Zima here, My Way of Life Coaching. And today I want to talk to you about how to sell without feeling salesy during the holidays. So many of us are getting into the frenzy of wanting to pass on our Black Friday deals, our Christmas deals, all these New Year resolution deals. And what happens often is we end up being spammy. We are running around, contacting everybody, spam messaging every person that has ever come in contact with us and hope that they are going to buy from us. And when they don't, now we start spiraling and we are feeling that either the opportunity is not working, network marketing is not working, your affiliate program is not working, or you are not working, which either way would be catastrophical because none of that is true. The only thing that is true, however, is that you have not had a preparation time enough to set up a proper strategy in advance, right? Maybe it's time, maybe it's skills, maybe it's knowledge. Any of those things, if you don't have it all right, you are not going to make any sales, no matter how good your products are and no matter how good your efforts are. So it is really, really, really important that you have a good system, that you have a good brand, that you have a good mission statement. And even if you are a brand new network marketer, see, you think that you should not have to have these things because you are working for a company XYZ, but that's not true. You need to build your own brand. You need to set yourself apart from all these 55,000 other reps that are repping with you, regardless of what company you are in, and you need to work your area of the globe, right? Wherever you are at. That's really important, and you need to do it your way. Because if you are not, then you come across as pushy, as salesy, and slimy, and all the things that we feel when we go into a car dealership. Those car dealerships where you just walk in and you're being attacked. I mean, you can already know the moment you walk in, you're going to be attacked by 55,000 different people. Not everyone is like that, though. The really good ones, they are now starting to pre-qualify you and only make you come through the door with an agenda already, right? So my recent car purchasing experience was fabulous, I have to say. The guy was amazing. I texted with him. He reached out to me. He asked me all the questions and he listened when I was there. I told him exactly what I was looking for. He asked me, what do you need this vehicle for? And, what is your purpose with this? And I told him exactly what I was looking for. I told him exactly why I needed what I needed, how I needed it, and all he did was guide me through that experience, which ended up in a sale because I wanted him to have my money because he did fantastic. He did such a great job, even though there would have been all these other people that could have taken my money or maybe have gotten me a better deal. But honestly, I didn't even check the other people because I just liked him. I felt comfortable with him. See, and this is what happens. This is the experience that you want other people to have when they choose you. If you're selling a wellness product, for example, why would anybody want you as their sales rep? Why is that? And regardless of the season, regardless if it's Black Friday coming up or if it's going to be Christmas or New Year's, you have to have people lined up in your lead funnel that are wanting what you have to sell from you. Now, how are people coming up with the idea? How is it that how do they make this decision to buy or not to buy and from whom to buy, right? People like who they are usually, right? So I like people that are very similar to me. Like, I am a very quick decision maker. I am very straightforward. I don't like when people schmooze me all the time. I like when people tell me the site is up and this is your benefit and this is what you're going to get. Is that something you're looking for? Yes, no. I don't like if you waste my time with wanting to have coffee dates and this. I don't want to know your coffee dates. I want to know, can you give me what I need? Yes or no? Because I am busy. I'm a busy person, right? That's who I am as a person. You may be different. You may like those coffee dates. You may like that. Now, when you are out there selling your stuff, the people that are attracted to you, that are probably are liking your style. Now stay with me here for a minute, right? Imagine if you are not being you. Imagine if me, the person who is German and forward and, boom, 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 give me the stuff, right? If I would out of the sudden draw everything out and be very quiet and calm and, right? You would think, what's wrong with her? Something's wrong with her. She's not quite herself. Now, what happens to humans when they are like that? They are getting suspicious of you because they see you act this way, one way, and they see you act another way online, right? This does not work. So what happens here, first step, before you can sell anything, you have to connect with your authenticity. You have to know who you are. What type of person are you? What do you like to do? How do you like to sell? How do you like to buy? Like, what kind of style do you have behind you? That is really important. And then once you have that, once you know that, now you can start building a strategy to attract exactly those people. Because, second reason, not only do they not like you or trust you if you are trying to be different than you are, but secondly, let's say you are able to convince them, right? You're so good at what you do, you are able to convince them and they are buying from you. Now, you're going to have to put up with them, right? They're going to be your customers and you're going to have to deal with them. And can you imagine they are just so slow all the time? And you're going to be like, oh my God, can I deal with that, right? I'm sorry, but it's the truth, okay? I'm just going to tell you the honest truth. You have to get among a tribe, among people, your customers that are somewhat attracted to you because they like what they see, and then you make the decision, do I like what I see also? Because it's a mutual exchange to be beneficial here when whatever it is you're selling, right? Even in coaching or realty or anything, you have to make it a mutual beneficial exchange. That is where the sale happens, when you get something and they get something. So think about, they're gonna need, what do they need, right? So you need to figure out how are you connecting with your authenticity so you can be the one that makes that sale with somebody that wants that sale authentically, right? So connect with that. And then here's the thing. When you know now, we have October right now, we know Black Friday is coming in a month, right? So what we need to do now is every single day, we need to start looking for the people, not pitch them, okay? Don't pushy, sales scripty, send stuff out, but fill your funnel. Make a list. I know everywhere online it's like, don't make a list. Yes, you have to make a list. They're all lying to you. You're going to have to make a list of people that you think might like what you have to sell. And while you are engaging with them, while you're talking to them, while you are building a relationship, don't become their best friend, right? I mean, don't lie to them and make a bait and switch. But at the same time, you've got to figure out, do they actually really need what you have? I mean, is there a pain point that they like to fix? Because sometimes people don't want to fix. Sometimes people just want to complain. You know, if they have aches and pains, maybe they don't want to change that because they like it secretly, right? You have to figure out, if you're trying to sell something, you have to try to figure out, are they open? Are they open to finding a solution? Does their pain point be fixed by whatever it is that you're selling? And that, my friends, is the relationship building. Do not be weird and just kind of like go and, oh, how many kids do you have? And I like kids, and they're weird, creepy. Be open about what it is that you're doing out here. You are wanting to make sure that they have a mutual benefit, okay? So if they are open to it and they have a pain point that they like to address, then you can ask and say, hey, by the way, we have Black Friday deals are coming up for this and this X, Y, and Z product that you usually like, or maybe find beneficial. Would you mind me putting you on a waiting list? Okay, if they are being on a waiting list, now you haven't even pitched them anything, but you have pre-qualified them whether or not they are going to be on that Black Friday or holiday or New Year's resolution list. Now listen to this, okay? Once you have your list, those are the people that you then reach out to with your deal, whatever deal that is, okay? That is focusing on helping people. That is not spammy. That is not doing anything crazy. That is actually helping people with a strategy. Now, what you maybe find is that your list of people that you can send your product to or product pitch to might just be very, very little. And if that is the case, it's because you're not having a full funnel. You're not filling your funnel fast enough. You're not having enough conversations enough, and you're not converting them fast enough in the qualifying process. That is what it is, okay? So it's not that you're not good enough. It's not that your product is bad. It's literally your lead generation process needs to be improved somehow. Now, how can we improve a lead generation process? We can either have more starting conversations so that you send cold messages out to people trying to connect and, trying to get them to talk to you, or you can have the power of social media. So right now, for example, I attract a lot of people through my content that then start following me or start looking at me or start conversing with me or liking things that I post. Those people are also all coming into the lead generation. So we have two different ways of creating leads for ourselves. One is in attraction marketing. That means from content created, attracted to you. Or two, you have action marketing where you actually reach out to people and make that happen. So those two different things, those are the ones that create lead. And if you don't have enough conversations that are open, that you are able to give your products to, then you need to increase the lead generations, how the leads come in. So maybe instead of starting 2 conversations every day, maybe you need to start getting 10 out there. Maybe you need to get 50 out there. Maybe you get 100 out there. Maybe it doesn't, every number is different for every person. Some people have super many followers and you already have a lot of attraction marketing. Then if you have a lot of leads coming in, maybe your problem is that you are not qualifying the leads, that you're not having conversations to see if anybody has any pain points that they would like to be addressed with your content or with your product, right? If that's the case, then that's where your hang up is. Every person is a little bit different where their hang up is. And one thing I can tell you for sure, almost everyone gets somehow hung up with mindset, right? Maybe something is not working quite right. You're not converting. You're not having the outcomes that you want. And instead of looking at your systems and looking at the way how you do your branding, meaning who you are authentically that you're bringing across, maybe instead of looking where is the hang up, what you do is you default into, I'm not good enough. I don't think I'm good. I don't think I can do this. Maybe this is not the right product. And so many of you're jumping ship between the companies. You are blaming your upline. You're blaming other people. You're blaming your spouse. You're blaming your kids. You're blaming the time. You're like all these things. But what you have to understand is all of that is not the culprit of the problem. The problem simply is your lead generation and your processes. Time is not even an issue because you can do these processes in very, very little time. If you don't, then you actually have a lack of focus. Okay? If you are not clear on, like, for example, you can send out 100 messages every single day if you can discipline yourself every 2 hours to send 10 messages throughout the course of the day. Like, every 45 minutes you send 5. Like, and how long does it take you to send 5 messages or 10 messages, right? See, you may not know where to find those people. That's a lack of focus and a lack of system. You may not know what to say. That's a lack of system, and that's a lack of focus. Because if you would pay attention, you would probably know what these people need, and you could, if you were connected with yourself and with your brand and with what you're doing and what your mission is, you can know what to say, right? So what I'm saying is, if you think it's okay, if you're thinking you're processing and you're making that stuff happen, and you hang somewhere, it's still always your systems, your strategy, and your mindset. System, strategy, mindset. Those are the things, So instead of feeling like you're not good enough, instead of feeling like you're doubting, double check. Where am I hanging? Am I generating enough leads? Am I not? Am I converting enough leads? Do I qualify them enough? Where am I stuck? And when you are aware of where you are stuck, that's when you can change it. Now, if you need help doing that, because think about it. Most of your uplines are probably great mentors. However, these great mentors are somewhat also wanting you to do good so that they can actually make more money, right? Okay, but sometimes they're asking you to make those spammy messages, and they're sending this out because you haven't done the work yet. So basically you're doing all this spammy stuff and you jeopardize your reputation, when in fact you should have led on, be the leader of self, a good strategy before pitching people, and you would have probably been a lot more successful. So I hope this made sense for you. If you need some help, beyond your upline that may not be giving you the best business advice because they are your friend, right? And also they are somebody they that has been doing that with you. So sometimes they are great and sometimes they're not that great. It all depends, right? It all depends what their background is. Do they have sales background? Do they not? Like, do they sell to a warm market or do they sell to a cold market? What's their core values? What's their philosophy? Yada, 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 yada. There's a gazillion different factors. So you make that decision, please, whether or not your upline is beneficial in giving you advice or not. But what I want to tell you is check out mentorship, because a mentor will always want you to win, because that is where their bread and butter is going to come from, right? If my customers do good, not only does it make me proud, but I'm also going to measure my success as a coach based on them and their results, right? So if they are having success and they're feeling good about their life, then I feel good about it because I feel like I contributed to somewhat, right? So that's the case. So if you want some help, do me a favor, go check out my website. There is multiple different ways on there that you can get involved, all the way from $27 for the group mentorship all the way to the premium mentorship, which is one-on-one coaching. Now, I do have a really good deal coming up for Black Friday, which is like a lot of savings. So if that is for 2026, so if you are serious, it's not for everybody, but if you are serious, if you are somebody that really knows in 2026, I want to level up, I want to heal everything that's broken in my life, not just business, you guys, but I want to heal everything that's broken in my life. I want to get rid of that anxiety. I want to get rid of that depression. I want to get rid of being stuck. I want to get everything healed that's going on in my life. I want to connect with who I am. What am I all about? What's my mission, my vision, my values? What do I want to do with my life? And who do I need in my circle? Who is going to be helping me? Who needs to be around me, right? If you want to connect with that, and then if you want to level up, be awesome there every single week in a one-on-one session. If that sounds like something you want to do, you want to let me know, because the Premium Plus is the Black Friday deal with lots of savings, and that is full on in and out in 2026. So if that is something you want to do, comment Premium Plus and I will send you information, or go on my website and see the information there.